how's it going? It's me, Megan, and I am back with another video. If you guys are new to my channel, I'm a part-time reseller on Poshmark and a few other platforms, but mostly Poshmark. And here on YouTube, I like to make resale content. I'll do what sold videos, I'll do unboxings, I'll do all that good stuff. So if that is something you guys are interested in, please make sure to like and subscribe, and that way you'll never miss one of my videos. Sorry, I didn't do a What Sold Sunday last week. This month has just been such a odd month. My husband actually just finished his law school classes today. Like, he is done. He has a final, and then obviously he'll be taking the bar this summer, but he is now done. I am so proud of him. And so it's been kind of just like an odd transitional time right now. But I kind of get this way, and you guys, if you've been watching my videos for a long time, may notice that I get like really into reselling, and I'm able to like focus and, you know, source a lot, list a lot, get my sales up, and then I'll just have periods of time where it's just hard for me to, you know, source, to focus, to get myself to do anything, work out, eat healthy. And that's kind of how this month has been, but I'm feeling a lot better now. We actually went to the gym this morning. Today is Monday. Yesterday was Easter, and I kind of just totally forgot that it was Sunday, all in all. We didn't do anything because my family's in Connecticut, his family's in San Diego. We're here in Portland, so we just kind of sat around. I made chili and we watched movies and just had a chill day. I kind of just forgot what day it was. So this is coming out on a Monday, so sorry about that. But yeah, I'm gonna do this video a lot like I did last week's What Sold Sunday video. I'm gonna do the last 2 weeks of sales. They weren't great. A lot of you guys did mention that you don't really care how much money like I make a week, like at the end, because I didn't include it last week. And I realized, for one, you know, you guys just want to know what's selling and for how much, how quickly, all that stuff. And really, it doesn't really matter how much the total is at the end of the week. You obviously can tell if I had a slow week or a fast one, but again, it doesn't really matter. You just care about what's selling, and I totally understand that. And it's probably better for you guys, for me, honestly, to put so much attention on how much I make each week, because a lot of the times it does kind of feel like I'm like, oh, I made this much money this week. And for other people that make, you know, What Sold Sunday videos and What Sold This Month videos and stuff like that, I feel like it makes people sometimes paranoid. It definitely gives me anxiety when I see, you know, how much other people are making compared to what I'm making. And I don't want to put that on anyone or put it on myself, to be completely honest. So I'm just gonna include it anymore. If, you know, you guys are super against that, definitely let me know. But that's just how I feel, and that's what I'm gonna do. I'm also gonna be looking down because I didn't write my sales down again. I probably will get back into telling my sales how I used to. I used to do it day by day, say how many sales I had a day, whether I had like one sale on Poshmark, one on Depop, and then the next day they were all on Poshmark. That's how I used to do it, and I'll probably get back into that as my sales pick up. But just for the sake of this video this week, I'm just gonna do all my Poshmark sales, my Mercari sales. I actually had a few Depop sales, and what I've sold on the RealReal. All right, so let's just get into it. So these are sales from April 3rd to April 16th. So again, the last 2 weeks. So I will start with my Poshmark sales. I sold this Brandy Melville black floral long sleeve wrap top. I pick up a lot of Brandy Melville at the bins if I think the piece is cute and in good condition. A lot of their stuff is one size, and even if it's not one size, those sizes are still very small. I'll show you a pair of shorts that are by John Galt, which is pretty much Brandy Melville, that I sold last week, that were a size large, but they were still very small. But yeah, I wouldn't pay up for it. If I myself had a hard time selling it to the point where I just wanted to get rid of it, I also know my Plato's Closet would most likely take it because they do have a lot of their items there. I probably wouldn't get much for it. I have yet to bring my stuff into Plato's Closet, so I don't really know what their payout is, but they do get tons and tons of clothes in. It's a really big packed store, so I do think they'd take it. But this I ended up selling for $10, and after fees I made $7.05, and from something from the bins, that's actually not too bad. And then these were those John Galt shorts I was talking about. They were a size large but I measured them and listed them as a size 28 based on waist measurements. These are really cute, but they sat for a while, and I ended up just taking a lower offer. Again, I picked these up at the bins, not something I would pay up for whatsoever, but if I found them for like $1, maybe $2, I definitely would. But yeah, I thought they were really cute, really trendy, good for spring and summer. They ended up selling for 15, and after fees I made 12. Then I sold this Aritzia skirt. The brand itself was Wilfred, which is sold at Aritzia. It's personally my favorite Aritzia brand to find. I find it not all the time, but quite often. I've found it at the bins before. I mostly just find it at like Goodwills and such. The skirt, I do think I paid maybe like $8 to $12 for. It was kind of a very basic looking skirt, but it was the softest fake leather I've ever felt in my life. And it's just super high quality, and this brand always does pretty well for me. Again, it did end up sitting for a little while, but it did sell for $49, and after fees I made $39.20. So I definitely probably would have picked that skirt up again, even though it sat for a while. I did pay up for it, but I do like having that brand in my closet and just Aritzia brands in general, because it seems to bring in a lot of attention to my closet. Then I sold this Banana Republic black sheath dress. This was in a size 10 and it was very simple, but I got it in a women's 25-piece thread-up rescue box, the last one I ever got, and I don't know, I thought it was a good size. It was a very classic dress. You could wear it for work, you could wear it to like an event, something like that. I've had okay luck in the past with Banana Republic, but not for the last couple of years. So I don't know. I definitely wouldn't have picked this up. I might have picked up at the bins to specifically send into ThredUp if I was still selling to ThredUp that way. It ended up just selling for $21, and after fees I made $15.08, and I definitely had that for 6 or 7 months before it sold, so very slow sale. This was another slow sale. This is the brand Roundtree in York. It was a yellow fleece jacket that I got in a men's thread-up rescue box. Again, not a very great rescue box that I had received. And I was just trying to make my money back, but comps also seemed decent for this brand. Fun fact, this is not coffee, this is juice. I already drank a coffee today, but yeah, it seemed to be a unique piece where I feel like someone would wear it as a transitional piece, specifically if they were a runner or like a bicyclist and they wanted to wear a bright color so that people can see them on the roads and such. So it ended up selling for $18, and after fees I made $14.40. I wouldn't have picked it up. I wouldn't pick it up again if I saw it, even at the bins. It did sit for a while, but I am glad that that sold. Then I sold this Sundance purse. I've been holding onto this purse for a very long time. A lot of people sent me a lot of offers for it. I personally wore it for a little bit last year. I got it at a Goodwill for $7, I want to say. It was a smaller purse, but really cute. It was actually by Sundance. I've picked up other purses that are sold on Sundance's website, but this one was branded Sundance. It was leather, really great condition, super cute, but it was small. I don't think I'd be able to fit my Pro Max iPhone in it, but maybe if you had a smaller version, it would fit. I finally accepted an offer, again, because sales were so slow, of $55, and after fees I made $44, and that person seemed to be very excited to get that purse, so that was nice. Then I sold a bundle. I sold this men's Under Armour long sleeve shirt. I got it at the bins. Sometimes I have really good luck with Under Armour pieces and I could get a lot of money for it. And then sometimes, you know, they're not worth much, but I did like the design on this, and it seemed just like a classic shirt for working out, you know, that anyone could wear as like a basic or a layering piece. That was a men's XL. And then also they bought a Columbia black and orange flannel that I also got at the bins. I think I got them on the same day, which is kind of funny. I didn't realize until after I was listing it that it was actually an Oregon State flannel, but it was so small. It said like Oregon, I want to say, or maybe Oregon State, like in tiny, tiny font right here. So I think, you know, you could definitely get away with wearing it if you didn't go there, or if you didn't know what it was. But anyway, the bundle ended up selling for $23.04 because I do have automatic bundles in my closet. I think it's 2 or more items for 20% off, I want to say. Just kidding. It sold for $36, and then after fees, I made $23.04. Next, I sold this pair of Zia joggers. I think that's how you pronounce that brand. Their logo is like a crescent moon shape, I want to say. This is the second time I've sold this brand. I don't think the first item I had sold, it was a tank top and it was from a flip lot. It did get a ton of attention, but there was a stain on it, so I don't think it's sold. And I ended up sending it back to the person that sent me the lot. But even as a tank top, it got a lot of attention, so I was really interested in this brand. And then about a month or two ago, I was watching one of Courtney's videos from comment tags here on YouTube, and she mentioned that this brand might be like a pyramid scheme brand, kind of like LuLaRoe in a way. So a little sketchy, but it does seem like people really like these pieces and you could get a decent amount of money for them. I had this listed kind of high and they got a lot of attention, but then someone ended up offering me $40 for it. And after fees, I made $32. And I think I paid like $7 or $8 for them. Another thing that sat for a little bit were these 7 for All Mankind distressed jeans. These are definitely a summer spring jean. I believe I purchased these last winter in Connecticut, and I did pay maybe $7 for these as well. I don't usually pick up 7 for All Mankind jeans. I will sell it if I get it in like ThredUp denim boxes, if they're in good condition and like a more trendy style, or if they're the dojo, which is very popular. These, I just like the way they looked. They seemed to be newer, they were distressed, they were really cute. I'm not surprised they took so long to sell because again, these are like a summer spring jean. They ended up selling for $30 and after fees, I made $24. I'd pick those up again if I saw them at the bins, but I don't think I'd pay up for them. Then I sold this pair of Work Custom, which is the brand, cargo pants. I got these in a denim DIY box recently from ThredUp, and I wasn't really gonna sell them, but then I looked them up and these are definitely an older pair of pants, but they were worn by some celebrity, I think in the early 2000s, and they were listed on Amazon for like over $200, and it seems like this brand can be expensive to begin with, but comps were definitely not great. I thought I would try them out anyway. They did have some pen stains. They did end up selling for $15 though, then after fees I made $12. And I sold another Azazi dress. You might remember I sold a couple of these like a month ago, I wanna say, that I got at the bins. This specific dress I've been sitting on forever. I was doing so well before the pandemic with bridesmaids dresses, but once the pandemic happened, it's kind of just been a slow move for all of them. So this one I've been sitting on, I think, for a couple of years, to be honest. I did spell it wrong. It's Azazi. I was copying the listing because someone bought it and then was like, I found it for cheaper. Can you cancel my order? So then I had to copy the listing and relist it. I forgot to erase all of the word copy, so it says Kazazi, but it's just Azazi. If you remember, I was talking about this brand and I was saying to check the size before you purchase, because if it says like A16, then it's usually just a size 16, but if it says like C something, then it's like custom size, and it's just gonna be harder because you don't know what size it is. It was custom made for somebody. So I took a lot of measurements, and I think that's another reason why this one sat for so long. But it did end up selling for $50, and I think I had a shipping discount in there, so after fees I made $38.28. And I did have someone ask me how I can tell what colors what, because on their website they have so many colors. I honestly use my best guess, and if it's like I think the color's not exactly what it looks like in person, I'll just mention that. Because for this dress, it seemed to be very much like crayon red in the model photo, but in person it was a little bit more dull, and I just mentioned that. So it's not always that easy if you don't, you know, have like the tags on them to tell you the exact color, like I did on the ones that were Newa tags that I sold last month that I found at the bins. Then I sold these Madewell high-rise skinny jeans that were in a black wash. I believe I got these, honestly, again, like a couple years ago, I want to say. I've been getting a lot recently from the bins. I've been finding them a lot, and maybe I've gotten some in denim rescue boxes, but I think I remember getting these at the Goodwill that is shut down now, my favorite Goodwill. So sad. So I do think I got these a couple years ago. I think I paid $5 for them, and that's why I got them. They ended up only selling for $18, and then after fees I made $14.40. I do not do well with Madewell skinny jeans. I say this a lot. I can do well with them if they are newer or have a little bit more going on for them. But in general, like they're straight leg jeans, they're pleated jeans, they're baggy jeans, distressed jeans, something a little bit more going on for it can get me in that $50+ range for Madewell denim. And in general, I haven't been doing well with anything besides like Madewell denim or their leather products, like purses, shoes, etc. Then I sold these Keen sandals. I think I've also got these a long time ago. I don't remember where I purchased them. I think I purchased them at like a local thrift store or like a Goodwill or something. I'd never sold Keen, so I was kind of excited. These sat for a while, like I mentioned. They ended up selling for $30, and after fees I made $24. I think I'd only pick these up at the bins now or for like a very, very low price, because I did pick up a pair at the bins and they sold within a week. They did have a cute pattern on them, but I think I was also just able to price them more appropriately because I paid $1 or something for them. Then I sold these Good American jeans, which might surprise you. I only sold them for $38. These are the pair that I found at the bins last month, 2 months ago. I was so excited, but they were the Good American Good Petite Skinny jeans, and I think that because they were called the Good Petite jeans, people were just less interested in them. I hate petites. I hate petite anything. But even though these are still like on their website and a very, very new style, and the jeans themselves were like new, I just couldn't get any attention on them. So I was sort of negotiating with somebody. I wanted to at least get $30 for them. I ended up getting them up to $38, and then after fees, I made $30.40, which I think is a great deal because those jeans are pretty expensive to begin with, and like I said, they're still available on their website. Then I sold these H&M wide leg jogger sweatpants. I picked these up at the bins just because I thought that they were cute. I do not do well selling H&M, but they do make newer, trendier pieces that, you know, people like. And like wide leg anything is really popular right now, especially this like pastel color, which is great for spring. So I picked them up, I listed them, and I ended up selling them from $16. For some people that might not be worth it to pick it up from the bins, but I need to make weight anyway, and if I'm spending $1 on it, if I can make, you know, 10 bucks on it, I'm happy. So after fees, I made $11.08. And then the last thing I sold on Poshmark these last couple of weeks was this army jacket that I believe I got from the bins like 2 years ago. I've been sitting on it forever. I actually saw one recently. That's my husband yawning because he's so dramatic. I actually saw one recently at the bins, and I was like, I'm not picking that up because I know better now. But out of the blue, someone offered me $30, and I decided to accept, and after fees, I made $24. I have heard that, like, because this was like definitely like army issue jacket wear, that it can be like, you know, get good money for it, but I don't know. Then I thought like maybe someone just liked it because it's kind of cute, like a bomber jacket, but not great. Moving on, I had one sale on Mercari these last 2 weeks. I've actually been doing really well on Mercari this year, and it's because of me cross-listing onto Mercari more than I ever have before. But since I haven't been sourcing, I haven't been listing, so I have not been cross-listing. But I did sell this one Cacique, I always say that brand wrong, bra. It was from Lane Bryant. I picked it up at the bins. I actually picked up 2 of them. This was the one that was in like less good condition, but it was a 44H, and I thought that that was a really good size, pretty floral for the spring and summer. And it ended up selling for $19. And then after fees, I made $16.25. Then I had my 3 sales on Depop these last 2 weeks, which was great. I think I'm at like 10 sales overall now, which isn't a lot, but it's better than nothing. And it's really fun to sell on Depop. I mean, it's not different really from any other platform. I don't know. I know trendy people shop on there, so when someone buys something that I picked out, I feel like I'm really trendy and I pick up good things. Anyway, I sold this pink tweed Jones New York blazer. I got this at the bins. I really liked that it was very like, you know, Elle Woods, Legally Blonde style. And I mentioned in that video that people are going to be graduating from law school, going into law school, so maybe they want to do a fun photo shoot with it. I listed it for $40. I was excited when it sold for $40, but then I forgot that I did free shipping on it. But after all the fees, I ended up making $22.68, which I'm not super upset about because that seemed to be how much I was going to make on it on like Poshmark, because I had to keep lowering the price and sending out offers. So I'm happy that sold. Again, that was from the bins. Then I sold this Anthropologie Marrakesh black military jacket. This came to me in a flip lot. I've been doing really well with that flip lot. It was all jackets, and it was like right at the end of winter when I received it, so I was a little bit nervous, but they've just been selling so well, and I'm so happy that I get to sell them for my buyer, my seller, or my person on Flip. But yeah, I had it listed at $50. I put a discount on it because you can do that on Depop. You can like put a discount on an item, take it off, set it higher, set it lower. So I put a discount on it. It ended up selling for $45. And then after fees, I made $40.50. And then after flip fees, I probably made about $20 on that, which isn't bad for, you know, a product that was free to me. And then the last thing I sold on Depop were these vintage Tommy Hilfiger loafers that I've had for like 2 years, but I don't think I ever listed them, or maybe I did. And I don't know, something with Poshmark, I feel like they just randomly delete listings over time. I don't know. I've heard other people say that, but I realized that they were still in my inventory and I knew that they weren't like listed in my closet. So I got them photographed, relisted. They weren't in great condition. They did have some creasing, some cracking on the inside, but just that look is so trendy right now. Like the vintage 90 chunky loafers. They had a big H on the back for Tommy Hilfiger. They were just really, really cute. This pair ended up selling for $40, and then after fees, I make $36. All right, and then the last things that I sold this week. This is from the RealReal. I did actually just get paid out about $300-ish earlier this week for everything that I sold from the RealReal last month. So that's exciting that, you know, not all my stuff got returned, that I did get some payouts. Love that. So yeah, I'm just gonna go over the things that I sold so you guys have a better idea of what things might sell for you if you send it into the RealReal, if you have brands like this. First thing that sold was this Anthony ATM, which stands for Anthony Thomas Molillo, I guess, tie-dye dress. This was new at tags. I got this retail arbitrage, terrible decision. Don't remember how much I paid for it. Probably didn't make my money back, but I could not get anyone to buy this on my own. Sent it into them. It sold for $57. It took a while to sell. Not too long, but like over a month, I'd say. It ended up selling for $57 at a discount of 40%, which is the sad part about the RealReal. They have crazy high discount rates. But then after fees, I made $17. Then I sold this Millie dress, which I'm gonna have to contact them about because it doesn't say how much it sold for or how much I made. It just says sold and there's no photo of it. Like it never got listed. So I don't know if they lost it or what. So I'm gonna have to contact them because it also says it's sold at a discounted rate, but it can't even tell me how much it's sold for. So it kind of seems a little bit sketchy. I think I saw something that said it's sold for $60. I got that at the bins, so it's not a huge deal, but I don't know, a little sketchy. Gonna have to call them or email them. I will not call them. Then I sold these Warren Edwards snakeskin flats. These came from a gently used Jomar designer shoebox I got 2 years ago. Terrible box, terrible company. Do not buy from them. They ended up selling for $68, and after fees, I'll make $20. Then I sent in these Salvatore Ferragamo vintage leather pumps. Again, probably could have made more on my own, but they sold for $44. After fees, I made $13. Those came from a DIY designer thread-up box 2 years ago that I got. Not great. Then I sold this Joseph color block short sleeve shirt. I got this in a Jomar box, so I probably paid like $4 for it. Again, like 2 years ago. I couldn't sell it myself. It seems to be a really like good brand, very expensive to begin with, but I just couldn't get any attention on it. Ended up selling for $40, and after fees, I'll make $12. All right, and that seems like that was it. I thought there was more, but that was actually a lot to sell. We'll see if it gets returned. Stuff can get returned and resold an infinite amount of times, I guess. It seems like, so we'll see. We'll see if I get paid out for the stuff for next month. That's kind of how they do it. They kind of like do it monthly. I was annoyed at first, but then it was really nice to get like $300 all at once. So we'll see as I progress on with the RealReal how much money I'll end up making. It's not bad, especially for items that I've had for years. Like I can't really be sad about not making a lot of money on an item that I've been sitting on, or it never got attention in my closet because I was too stubborn to lower the price, and this is what ends up happening. But yeah, let me know what you guys thought about my sales this week. Let me know how your sales have been for April. Obviously, like I said, I haven't really been sourcing a lot. If you saw my video from Wednesday when I did a thrift with me, I only picked up like 4 or 5 things to list for like, and that's all I got for like the last month, pretty much. So let me know how your sales have been from somebody who's probably more on top of things. Have they been slower, picking up? Let me know. Let me know what I missed out on or if I missed out on anything. Like I mentioned, I think in that video, I do have a 100-pound thread-up box coming this week, supposedly, if it ships on time. So I don't want to go to the bins and get a bunch of clothes. Like, I already know 100 pounds is gonna be super overwhelming for me because I've done it before, but like 100 pounds plus whatever I get from the bins is just gonna be a lot. So if it doesn't come by Wednesday, I'm just gonna have to bite the bullet and go to the bins because I can't not be making these sales anymore, but yeah, I don't know. Let me know how your sales are going. I hope you have a great time sourcing and selling, and I'll see you guys all in my next video. Bye!